They're Cheezies. Thank you, Corey, for turning me on. Well, I hate you, Corey, for turning me on to these things.
Because you can't get them in America.
Yeah, I can't.
Jim and I got up today. It is British Columbia Day. Each of the provinces has a day they celebrate. Last year we were in Alberta on Alberta Day. But today, very appropriately, we're in the capital of British Columbia for British Columbia Day, and it's the last day of summer 2023 in BC for Jim and Amy. So we are so feeling heavy and melancholy and sad. We're going to suck it up because we're going to finish strong. We're a little spiffied up today because we bought a sailboat. No, we didn't. But we are going to tea at the Fairmont Empress, so this should be fun.
Take a moment and let it all sink in like a road trip. This life is a combination of destination and all that's in between. So let's drive and see what we see. Take a step up and look back at the view, all the way from the cactus to canoe. We're holding on to every ounce of sunlight that we can of the day.
Dress code online is kind of think what we would call business casual. You're not supposed to wear your athletic wear in here, though. We see some people have. But we're here for the food and the tea.
This is the summer of memories. We won't forget these nights, jumping in the water, sitting round the fire, singing songs like howling wolves in the night. This is the summer of memories.
What was your favorite?
The scone and the tea. So, out of his recommendation, Lady Londonderry, a fairly popular tea, I see, which is way to go.
That is 99% of the time true. I didn't love the sweets so much. I'm kind of lucky that way. I just don't love sweets. But I did taste each of them, and I can recognize that they were exceptional and very well done and artistic and beautiful. It's just not my favorite category of food. I'm with Jim. The scones here are actually what we in the United States would call a biscuit. And it was a little sweet and warm with some raisins in it, and it had fresh strawberry preserves. That with this tea, I would have been happy just to stop there. It was so good. What a nice experience. If you're ever around somewhere that does tea and you've never done tea, give it a try. When you tell people you're going to Victoria or that you've been to Victoria, the one place everyone's going to immediately ask you if you've been is the Bouchard Garden. So we've looked forward to this for a while. I don't know that we normally would go touring gardens, but this is 55 acres of exceptional gardens to see. So let's check it out.
Since Amy dressed for for tea, she wore the wrong shoes. So what we're gonna do? She's gonna wear water shoes for the gardens.
Are they sandy?
They were very sick.
Okay, so they're the right color. They will match my dress. I don't care.
That's right.
I'm of that age group that I would rather be able to comfortably walk around in the gardens than to look cute in the garden.
Watch out.
Rather be comfortable than cute. And I want to enjoy them here. I think it covers 55 acres. So I don't know that we'll have time to do the whole thing, but I'll be able to walk as far as I need to.
We won't forget these nights. We won't forget these nights. Yeah, I've lost count all the detours that we take, 'cause there's more to see than following the maps on interstates. So I roll the window down and let the air pass through my hand. These are the days that I never want to end. This is the summer of memories. We won't forget these nights. Raindrops on our faces, late night stargazes, and questioning the meaning of this life. This is the
So even if you think that you're one of those people that maybe don't really have an interest in walking around gardens and seeing the flowers, we still highly recommend you come out to Bouchard. This is the sunken garden that's behind us now. And as you will see, we're about to make you think we're in the Redwood Forest down in California for a minute. But all of that is part of the experience here. So give yourself time to see it. If you are visiting the Bouchard Gardens while you're here, a few recommendations that we're going to hit you with right up front. One, if you have children, they have these really cool naturalistic topiaries, like an owl in a tree or a bear in the woods. Make it a game for your kids to keep them entertained, because let's be honest, kids are going to want to run in wide open spaces and get involved otherwise. And secondly, take as long or as short of time as you want when you're here. We got it done probably in about an hour and a half.
So long.
And that felt right to us. We have one more very important errand to run in Canada before we go home and pack up the RV. You'll see.
In Banff, when we met Greg and Dee, we started talking about the Nanaimo bar, and then they told us about other things that we needed to try in Canada, Kit Kat being one of them. Then Corey and Denise added more stuff on. So now we have a whole list of junk food from Canada that we're going to have to take back and let everybody else try.
Dee and Greg currently live in Utah, but Dee was a former resident of Canada, grew up out here. So they've given us the inside track to these things. Now, if you are someone that's watching this video that knows me personally, you're like, are you serious? I don't do junk food. Not in a snobby way. I don't like it. I don't like processed food. I think it makes you feel yucky. But everyone else I know does, so who am I to deprive them from Canadian junk food? These aren't really that bad for you at all. They're a little salty, so I can't have too many ones. But sweet chili, oh, I'm going to miss these. I'm going to try to order them online. I love them.
If you're a fan of Cheetos, these are the real deal. They're Cheezies. Thank you, Corey, for turning me on. Well, I hate you, Corey, for turning me on to these things.
Because you can't get them in America.
Yeah, I can't. And they are absolutely amazing. Made with a real Canadian cheddar cheese. And they don't turn your fingers all, well, if you eat Cheetos, the finger issues. Love them.
Sherry, not a junk food. I'm not Sherry. I don't think we could get it all the way back for everyone before it went bad. But if you ever see Olympic yogurts, especially the Greek yogurt, so much better than the yogurt we have. I don't like Canadian cottage cheese, but their yogurt is winning. Last year, our daughter Avery flew up to Alaska to spend her vacation week with us. And she got all strung out on the raspberry truffle celebration cookies. It's like a shortbread cookie with some raspberry filling and covered in chocolate. So we're going to take her a box.
With my sister and her husband, Dave, we play this game called Death Row Meal. What's the last meal you have if you're on death row? And his dessert was Turkish delight. We had never tried Turkish delight until we came here. And they actually sell it in candy bars, Big Turk. It's Turkish delight. Amy and I didn't care for the Turkish delight, but we're going to take Dave to hold us on.
Told us the reason Kit Kats are different in Canada is because Nestle is who makes them here. And though I'm not a huge fan of Kit Kats, I did try one, and it is better in Canada. The chocolate is very different from the American Kit Kats. So we're going to take these home, and we're going to blind taste test some of our candy eating friends, see if they can figure out the difference. I want everyone to know that it is before 8 a.m. and we are actually leaving the campground.
That's the earliest we've made it out all summer long. Not advisable, but you know, it's good to know we can if we have to. Oh, so bittersweet this morning. We never buy souvenirs when we travel except for magnets, but I felt the need to bring a little Canada home with me this time so I could give it a hug when I miss it. We are off to catch the ferry. A little more anxious about this one. It's much smaller than the BC ferries. I'm sure it'll be fine, but when you don't know what to expect, you do get a little more anxious. Very bittersweet for us to leave. We have had the most amazing summer in Canada. More to come on that. But we still have a lot going on after we cross back into the United States. And we're getting closer to being reunited with everyone that we're missing back home.
Boy, did we pack in everything in 48 hours in Victoria. We got it all done. It was a whirlwind, but it was awesome. Victoria, awesome city. And Canada, we love you. Thank you for these wonderful summer, because you were awesome to us and we really do appreciate it. We made a huge mistake last night. We went to the grocery store last night and stocked up on a bunch of produce, got home, unpacked it, and realized we have a border crossing. So we had guacamole, tomato salad. We had all kinds of stuff last night trying to get rid of it, but I think we did a pretty good job. We're not taking anything illegal across the border, so here we go. But we're heading back to the States, and as always, we'll bring you along.
You know we're going to take you along.
And as always, you know we're going to take you along.
How do you not know that as much as you had it?
Flag behind you.
It is. Oh, glory.
It's exhausting.
That was exhausting. That was exhausting.
This is the summer of memories. We won't forget these nights. Raindrops on our faces, late night stargazes, and questioning the meaning of this life. This is the summer of